This is strictly football. This has zero to do with how tall you are, how much you agree. This has nothing to do with the combine. This has everything to do with just the tape. How fast? This is literally just the tape.
But he's back in there running, so they must have made up.
Otherwise, he has been phenomenal today. Quick throw off the slant. That's Elijah Sarratt. Third team All Big Ten a season ago. Didn't have any catches in the first half, Robert, but they get him involved immediately.
Yeah, and this is exactly what I was talking about. You want to be able to see your quarterback start to time these things up. Right out of the break, gets the ball between the numbers.
Back next to Mendoza, who's in motion to the left. Mendoza to the corner, wanted Sarratt, and it's deflected.
This is just wrong pitch selection from Mendoza. He went with a fastball here and got to get a little bit more air on that thing.
20-point lead as we enter the fourth quarter. Quick pass. This is Elijah Sarratt. Makes one miss and cuts to the middle. He dives forward to the 40 for a first down.
Mendoza that's struggled some with his mechanics. I'd like to see him get more opportunities to throw the ball.
He does throw it here. Slant route towards the end zone. No flag. Incomplete.
We've seen our man making some plays today. Zion Frank breaks up the pass. Indiana does not convert on fourth down. And it broke down 3 months before I got drafted. True story. Oh,
little trick play. Caught. It's Elijah Sarratt.
I don't understand that. I don't know why Sarratt, you know, and maybe he was reacting to something that he saw in the secondary on this one, but I don't understand why he doesn't take this straight up the field. Looks like he goes straight up the field there. That's 6. I guess you don't want 2 receivers in the same area.
Mattioli, interesting staff, particularly when you look at their resumes for Coach Mack. On the sidelines, this one is incomplete. Elijah Sarratt was the intended receiver.
And last week, Elijah Sarratt just didn't get enough targets, especially early in the game. You can see an opportunity here, maybe a bit of a tug.
First pass completion for Mendoza. Now from the 44. There's a slant, incomplete. Thrown a little behind Elijah Sarratt in front as well. That's their base defense. And an out pattern that's a beauty. Sarratt this time with no problem. Great ball placement that time. Sarratt leads the country with receptions in 39 consecutive games. Make it 40 after that catch.
That's a nice job by the offensive line, picking up the blitzer right in the middle. He's trying to get to the quarterback. Running back fits him up, and now you can have a clean pocket, and Sarratt is open on the outside sometimes because they were down inside the 5 a lot of times.
Empty set underneath to Sarratt. And he got that nose of the football near the 1. First and goal. Going for the corner. It's caught. It's Sarratt. It is touchdown.
When you're down in here tight, it's man-to-man. You go with that slot fade. In my estimation, it is indefensible with a perfect throw. Sarratt goes up top, squeezes it with 2 for a touchdown.
Bukowski in motion now, gets into the slot left on 3rd and 7. Mendoza for the corner. It's caught. It's Sarratt. Nope, it's incomplete. He had it. He dropped it. Was there, stayed with it defensively. He did the job here.
Outstanding defense. He's in phase the entire time, and because he's looking back, they're both jousting. The tone was set on the first drive. They are going to let these guys play. Offord is there with his eyes back, and he continues to rake that ball out so it can't be completed.
Well, this is sort of an in-your-face to Kennesaw State, is it not? Hemby's in the backfield, and the pass is caught but shy of the margin of gain. Sarratt, that is a momentum shifter now, big time. First down 10 now for Indiana with Lee Beebe in the backfield for Mendoza. Has had a very good first half. That's a strike right to Elijah Sarratt. Beebe, the UAB transfers in there. There's the play fake. And it's Sarratt. Oh, Elijah getting it done again. Finally corralled near the 10-yard line. We'll call it the 11. And a 27-yard gain.
Outstanding by Fernando Mendoza. Seeing rotation. It's a safety over here. He's going to rotate out of the way. Once he rotates, it's an open throw to Sarratt. He snatches it out of the air, makes the safety miss, and gets just a little bit more.
He is down on the field calling his defensive plays. On 2nd and 2. A little quick hitch out to Sarratt.
Quick hitch.
Nice throw and drop right there. Might have been tipped by Stevens. I think Antonio Stevens tipped that. I think got a hand on that.
Antonio Stevens does such a nice job of getting underneath. You thought you would have it, and watch number 3 stretch out and just get his fingertips on it. And Sarratt, with the change of trajectory and the carom, he cannot make the catch.
Uh-oh, beautiful play fake right to Sarratt for the touchdown. They caught them napping that time.
This is a really nice design. He's going to go in and out. However, they're linked in man-to-man coverage. So he gets his right foot in the ground, and he comes back out with the run fake.
9 carries, 74 yards, averaging 8.2 per tote. Look at that. Touchdown, Sarratt. The end of the first half to start the second, cutting it to 12. Now the blitz is on. Turnover here and there, and the home team starts piling it up.
Bolden stays in motion. And there's Sarratt's first grab, and 41 straight games with a catch.
Getting that first defender out of the way. As a receiver, you're big and you're tough like Sarratt. You can take that big-time hit you see coming in there.
Yeah, you can see how slow he was trotting off the field, too. They'll go into the medical tent.
Yards for another Hoosier first down.
It's Becker's 4th catch of the season and the 4th catch of his career. Haven't catch until this year, airing it out, looking for Sarratt. Now back in this game here for Indiana after taking a brief trip into the medical tent. And a flag in the backfield.
I do think it may
Personal
be a roughing the
foul,
passer.
face mask, number 29 of the offense. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. First down.
Position here for the Hoosiers. To start this drive, the ball's on the 31. Fernando Mendoza. Make it 14-14. And Sarratt pushed back. Just at the sticks. And it's Alberto Mendoza through the hands of Sarratt.
For the defense. Drive starts from the 25. Play action over the middle. Sarratt makes the catch for 14 yards. In the last 2 weeks in particular, and they're in danger of falling behind by 2 scores. Clean pocket for Mendoza. He's going to fire down the sideline. A lot of contact, and Sarratt looked like he might have just lost his footing.
Good position. Both guys have eyes on the quarterback, on the football, and a good no call. Were they worthy to be in the playoffs? I definitely think they were, but they have a chance to change that tonight.
Mendoza over the middle. Another catch. This time Sarratt bounces off a tackler. Rosiak trying to rip the ball away.
Another RPO. So his eyes, look at his eyes. He's reading the linebackers. They come in. Rosiak comes to the line of scrimmage. It opens up a nice throwing lane for Sarratt. And this guy is in control right now.
Signetti felt like his progression has been similar to the quarterbacks they've had in the past, like Curtis Rourke last year. Another one to the outside. Sarratt makes a man miss. Here he goes down the sideline. Territory as he picks up another chunk gain.
Watch, it's a corner blitz. Again, when you're calm, your eyes work better. He saw it, he felt it, he got the ball out right away. And right now, Fernando Mendoza is having the better of it. Again, this is a team that plays a lot of man coverage in this Illinois defense.
Quick shot outside. Sarratt with a catch out of bounds. 18 of 20. He's got 211 yards and 3 touchdowns. Looking for more here. To the end zone, wide open. Waffle House to the house. Elijah Sarratt, touchdown.
For Sarratt to keep leverage, run the out, and Mendoza throws to a wide open guy. He shouldn't have that wide open of a receiver that close to the goal line. But Tyler Strain, who is the third-team nickelback.
Feels like Indiana, after that first offensive series, has been ahead of schedule every step of the way. Mendoza looking to escape. Last second, he finds Sarratt.
To extend the play, kind of a funky arm angle, still able to get it out to Sarratt for another completion and a first down. And Mendoza will be quarterback for the rest of this game.
I see what you did there. Sarratt to the outside, can't spin away.
Protection, and on the same page with his quarterback, Mendoza.
Second and goal, Mendoza, end zone, touchdown, too easy. Elijah Sarratt has his second.
But watch this route by Sarratt. Watch him turn Torrey Cox completely out, inside out, gets inside leverage.
And that's what, when we talked with Aiden Fisher, he brought up as Kellen Wyatt came over from Maryland. Quick catch for Sarratt, good blocking in front, plenty of yards for the first down.
To have success. To the air, slant, incomplete. Through the hands of Sarratt.
Game Indiana leads the nation probably in, I call them play actions, but they call them RPOs. Good decision. He wants to throw it one-on-one, but the coverage is excellent.
Second down 4 to the sideline. First down. First down. And that's Elijah Sarratt with his first grab. 43rd consecutive game with a catch, most in the nation.
Well, that was a gimme. You got man-to-man coverage. He was out there all by himself, and Sarratt, they either run slants, go down the field deep, or they run a little hitch. A quick throw, he gets extra yards. Really good job by the offense.
You talked about Kirk Ferentz's wish. Clock moving again. Now Mendoza to throw. Sideline, right on the money to Sarratt. Penalty back on the 34-yard line.
Personal foul, roughing the passer. Defense number 44. 15-yard penalty, automatic. First down.
Mendoza, quickly. Sarratt, first down Hoosiers. Linebacker blitz, picked up over the middle. Almost intercepted by Deshaun Lee.
Carson Shire in there. That's what did it. And it became an overthrow because of that.
Indiana facing 3rd and 4. Pocket. Boy, just dumped the ball out, had it knocked down.
Or he got the tip, couldn't tell. Boy, he's locked in. You got a crosser, nobody's there.
Linebacker blitz. Mendoza drilled and put it right on the money. What a strike to Elijah Sarratt. Montgomery all over him, and he delivered an absolute dime.
Yeah, the star in the game.
3rd down, they need 2. Looking and delivers. Sarratt kept his feet. All Big Ten wide receiver making a big play, setting him up inside of Iowa territory. Mendoza, sideline, got him. Big gain down to the 48-yard line. Elijah Sarratt, his top target, gets 25.
What a throw, what a route. Watch Sarratt. Outside, he knows the football. He's covered, so he looks for the back shoulder.
Need to get to the 39 here on 3rd and 10. Slant, a run, and there he goes. Elijah Sarratt, touchdown Indiana.
Well, this is all out. Everybody on the blitz. One-on-one coverage in the backfield. Sarratt.
Elijah Sarratt, an incredible day. 7 catches for 156 yards, and that touchdown.
The shift on the defensive front for the Ducks. Mendoza gonna go on the sideline and got it complete to Sarratt.
Yeah, they did. They get the turnover. They try to make the big play. Sarratt on a back shoulder comeback. Gets real deep, looking for the back shoulder all the way. That was a called play.
Down at 7 in the red zone of the 19. Opening possession for Indiana. Firing high, incomplete. Sarratt, the intended receiver.
You get me with the back shoulder one time, not going to happen again. Duran Johnson that time played back shoulder all the way, got handsy, got physical, and he won that battle.
The AT&T pylon cam, that's Larry Johnson.
Defense.
Kalon Black in the backfield. RPO, a strike to Sarratt. Picks up about 9. Mendoza is going to go back shoulder throw. That should be holding or interference.
That should be a penalty, shouldn't it?
I don't see a flag.
Holy cow.
Looked like he was draped all over him, Brandon Finney. And there is not a penalty on the play.
Let's take a look. It's going to be a back shoulder throw. Oh, yeah, that's got to be called.
Sideline warning. Indiana. It's their first of the ball game. There is no yardage penalty for that infraction. It's still 4th down.
4 and out, 3 and out, and 3 and out.
Mendoza, here comes the heat. Throws to the outside, throws a strike, complete. Elijah Sarratt. Surratt's got a first down.
One-on-one to the outside. They've thrown that back shoulder. This time they just run an out route to the outside.
Still got a couple timeouts, 18 seconds to work with. Mendoza fires near side. That's complete.
Yeah, laid out route. They just didn't get the roughing the passer part of it. Still plenty of time. You can throw the ball anywhere on the field. This one is placed perfectly.
And 2nd and long, the RPO is knocked down. Blitz coming off the edge. A quick RPO throws incomplete, intended for Elijah Sarratt.
We'll have to say they are letting these guys play pass defense. Again, this time it's Abedegu right here, man-to-man coverage. Good coverage, I think. That's a good no call.
8. Mendoza just got rid of it, and it's incomplete. 4th down.
Let's see. Did it?
Nope.
Good no call. Again, very physical man-to-man coverage. If you're a defensive coordinator, McKinley just takes the
Mendoza comes up firing on 2nd and short and gets it to Sarratt. Another catch for Elijah.
I gotta just bring this up again. I mean, everybody knows this. The pro hashes are tighter, making the wide side of the field throw easier. This time, Fernando takes that wide side throw and delivers it right on the 1-3.
And he's over 1,000 yards receiving in his career now. 1st and goal right at the 10. Mendoza to the corner. Incomplete. Flag comes out.
End zone. I wonder, do they put this at the what yard line?
Here's a call.
Pass interference. Defense number 7. The rule ball be placed at the 2-yard line.
Yeah, that's what.
There's an automatic first down.
Mendoza throws complete. Got it to Sarratt. First down and then a little bit more.
What a route. Watch this play right here comes in, wiggles, and then comes back out. In, wiggles, comes back out, is put right there. What a call.
Sarratt with the motion man on that play, and now he's in motion. Sarratt's got it 1st and goal.
The snap. Linemen are downfield. Good block that time. Inside out by the IU Bray Lynch.
4 wideouts for Mendoza. Here comes the pressure. Throws to the corner. Touchdown, Sarratt.
How about that? They've got back shoulder throw about 7-10. Turns around. Trust the quarterback. Trust your best player.
Well, nice play.
Really was.
Perfect throw.
There's been a lot of those to the outside by Mendoza in this game.
Another Gary 75-yard drive.
Conversion by Indiana.
All the way down to the Michigan State 24. Mendoza with a deep drop. Complete to Sarratt. Sarratt with a move, gets to the goal line for the touchdown. Touchdown reception.
Yeah, just a drag route by Sarratt. Again, protection is clean. Clear it out down the field. Get the ball to this guy. James Madison transfer. Came over here with Signetti. And he, too, represents what this program is all about. Productive guy. You're throwing the ball. Good things happen. A little move here. Looks like man-to-man coverage.
Third and a couple from Mendoza. Looks right quickly, and he's behind his receiver, Sarratt. And they start from the 25 with a 21-10 lead. And right to the air goes Mendoza, and a nice big chunk of yards. And they're going to mark him. Yep, he's going to pick up a first down. Sarratt for a gain of 12.
Situation. It's one of Mendoza's strengths.
Mendoza's got 271 yards to the air. That's a season high for Fernando, and he wants more. What a throw to Sarratt. 27 yards for the latest touchdown.
You get some isolated coverage outside, and none better than Sarratt to win. Excellent release. He keeps the release tight. He gives Mendoza a lot of space to throw the ball. It's essentially a back shoulder throw, and this is it. Aggressively take what they give me. They give me man-to-man coverage with my best guy outside. I'm going to let it rip. They're trying to run Michigan State out of this stadium.
The other guys along with him?
Kirby Smart, along with Nick Saban, three legends.
That's Sarratt.
Up into a great player. And his little brother told him to come. First and 10 at the 35. Mendoza to the sideline, caught at the 40. Elijah Sarratt on that drag route. First down at the 38. Mendoza. Sideline throw. Back shoulder incomplete. Sarratt the target, and flags on the play.
And he just had a hold of the jersey of Elijah Sarratt. There's nobody in America that runs the back shoulder fade better than Indiana.
Defense number 2, 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Back out on that back shoulder. And so many times the defensive backs grab for DPI.
On first down, sideline again. This one thrown a little high for Sarratt, but knocked down by Jordan. Way Washington.
Again, tight coverage right here, and normally Sarratt gets that.
Hemby in motion. Mendoza, all day to throw it. Sideline throw, incomplete. Sarratt, again the intended receiver. Another flag thrown, this time on Roderick Pleasant.
Now Pleasant's going to be in one-on-one on Sarratt. So here's number 18, and he's just going to get on the hip of Sarratt, and he's going to try to defend over the top. Didn't see
Pass
much
interference.
there.
Defense number 18, 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Mendoza with Black next to him. Mendoza, the slam in the end zone, incomplete. Sarratt at the 1. Mendoza, touchdown, Indiana. Sarratt. Mendoza put that one in a shoebox. The 20-0 lead.
Well, you see this bunch set right here. So you've got the 2 wide receivers, and that doesn't allow Key Lawrence, the safety. Communicates the concept that they want to run next.
2nd and 5. Got a free play. Offside. UCLA up the sideline and incomplete.
It was a little offside.
Offside. Defense number 52 in the neutral zone at the snap. The 5-yard penalty results in a first down.
Kayshawn Bennett.
Those short yardage 3rd and 4, 3rd and 5.
4-man rush. Mendoza fires near side. It's intercepted. Picked off by Glasgow down the sideline. What a play for the Maryland defense.
Guesses the throw. There's the matchup right there, man to man. They go on it, and watch this. He's going to go outside technique. He knows he's got help inside, and he guesses, and he reads the route. What a play for this turnover machine.
This is what Jenny was talking about, going back. Sarratt. Kind of a little bit of a limp and grabs maybe his hamstring on the right side.
In Oregon, only teams in the Big Ten averaging over 200 yards rushing a game. First pass, more blitz, quickly to the sideline, knocked down.
Signetti probably writing that down, and Tony Grimes should have had a pick right here. Man-to-man against Sarratt. back, starting and healthy. NFL people here tonight to see Fernando, also to watch Carter Smith.
Mendoza 0 for 2 right now, held it for a while, and that's a bullet to Sarratt. That's what he does best, the sideline job.
Back shoulder throw, and this is all anticipation. One pump, resets his feet, and then look at that throw. You can't defend it.
Oh, pass, sling it out wide, and a wide open lane. Touchdown, Sarratt. Needed that late cut to get there.
This man right here, Riley Nowakowski, I think he is the key to this offense really going. You're thinking they're going to run, it's short yardage, and they put one of the most dynamic players, I think, within this system on the edge to kick out a corner. Watch Nowakowski. Hands inside. Nice work by him.
To only 5 interceptions. First down and 10 of the 25. Hemby in the backfield. Mendoza throwing on first down underneath, and it's caught for gain of 9. Elijah Sarratt.
He is as disruptive as any safety in America.
Third down and 4 at the 41. Mendoza to throw it with time. Bounces out. Mendoza wants to run it, dumps it down. Nice play.
From Notre Dame, he's got his hands full.
Second down and 9 at the 22. Mendoza sideline throw on the money to Sarratt. Elijah Sarratt came into this game with 48 catches for 650 yards. He's missed games because of a hamstring this year. Mendoza looking. Underneath, deflected, incomplete.
But watch as he's able to spin around and get his hands in the air, and he bats that ball down.
He's rushed for 243 yards this season and 6 rushing touchdowns. On first down, intercepted McNelson. Sonny Styles make that Lorenzo Styles blew up the play.
Penalty contacted Sarratt before the ball arrived, but here's the thing. When you're behind the line of scrimmage, it doesn't count. You can contact the intended receiver before the ball arrives.
Becker's been a go-to man as well. Mendoza, fade, Sarratt, corner, touchdown, Indiana.
Well, here's Sarratt, one-on-one with Jermaine Matthews, and he fights through the contact, and again, what do we see time and time again? It's the back shoulder, allowing Sarratt to adjust back to that back shoulder.
First play of the season for Indiana. It's Roman Hemby who slides through a crease, stays on his feet, sheds a tackler, and he's across the 40.
Those kind of legs can be dangerous down here in the red zone.
Hemby again spins away from one, lunges to the goal line, but he's just shot.
So many times on the outside, they got all those bodies stacked up in.
The give, stood up again near the goal line.
Beginning like, how old are you again, Noah? You said 30. I was like, oh my God.
This is Kalon Black straight up the middle, and he's down to the 20. A lot of protection early on for Fernando Mendoza. Handoff. Hemby tripped up at the 37.
You got to be patient. You got 3 safeties back there. Take what they give you underneath.
This is Hemby. He's got space. Curls around the edge inside the 30 before he gets ripped out of bounds. The break to try to add to this 10-point lead. It's Roman Hemby. Cuts back up the middle and spins down to the 26.
Had a great week of practice. Let's see if it continues.
Hemby, the Maryland transfer, had a big afternoon running the football last week. They'll use 3 of them, Hemby, Black, and BB. He's in the backfield now for Mendoza. And here he goes. Known for putting his foot on the jugular and early knockout punches. And this time, BB carries it right up the gut. And it appears as if he's got the line to make, and it's a first down. Extra tight end now. They go with 12 personnel, and BB sets free. Teague was a whale of a defender at Alabama. For brother Oliver and Gene Stallings when they won the national title. Coming the other way on the reverse, Omar Cooper. Look out. He stayed in bounds. Omar, 75 and a touchdown.
Yeah, but, you know, I want to give you the how and why. How about 8 receptions, 77 yards, and 2 touchdowns? Sarratt. Take a look at what he does. If he doesn't make this block and secure the edge, this play never gets going. It never gets started. When you have a reverse like this, you got to first get it started. He does that, and the rest is all Omar Cooper Jr. down the field for a touchdown.
You know, I thought he had slipped and maybe gassed a little bit for a second there.
Now found his way back here to Bloomington. Hemby is your starting back. He threads it out to Omar Cooper Jr., who picks up the first down and more. Kept his coordinators with him through 4 different stops. Cooper Jr. again.
Right after that fumble, he was just rolling early.
It was 1st and 25. The ball's now on the 13. Cooper Jr. Headed straight for the end zone. Touchdown, Indiana. BB stays in the 3-receiver set. And BB down the left side. BB's got some room to move. And brought down inside the 10.
Quite the beach, but just good enough for Hoosier Bison.
You know how Coach Sig could vibe with this is if Hemby could get it across into the end zone. Intent for tailgate. You want to check it out. Coming up tomorrow.
Former Indiana Hoosier quarterback at one time.
3rd and 4, Mendoza, Hemby, first down, and then some, down the sideline, Roman Hemby.
And a runner when he was at Maryland, and this is just a little short throw. Get it out in space, picks up a nice block from Sarratt. And good execution all the way across the board.
Hemby's the back, 2nd down and 2, up the middle, and Hemby has the first down. Likes to get the communication in that back line as green dot is off the field and Miles Scott. Let's see if they have a response. That's a good start for the Illinois defense. He said, on top of that, it's such a competitive sport, a competitive position in most places. As Omar Cooper makes the catch and gets spun around by Heckel.
His sidekick is in his 5th. Right back up the middle. Not as much that time. Fall forward all the time. 1st and 10. Quickly, Cooper. He has 3 catches. Couple of quick cuts. Get him out to the 42-yard line.
Paul's got 2 one-on-ones. Nobody helping him out.
But 4th and 1. Thrown in the backfield.
The defense. Or offense, what I say.
Hemby with a gap off the left side, just tripped up.
Guy covered him, go out, but they were too late. What a
Highly
throw.
impressive gain at 29. Keeps it himself and got a handful there off the left side. Give him a 3-yard gain. Gives to Black, finds a hole, and got a little back up to the 46-yard line, 8-yard gain.
Empty backfield now on 1st down at the 34. Wide out screen, little bubble screen, and backpedaling for another 1st down is Cooper again. Through an interception. And right now, he's got a good drive going. And again out to Cooper. And that time the blocking sort of failed him on the outside.
He had the big touchdown to end that Iowa game.
Now they go to Black, and he's not going to get to the line of scrimmage.
No,
it'll be 3rd down and a yard.
Got like 18 yards. They run the draw.
Hemby cuts it outside. Roman Hemby. He got about 14 before Thieneman whacked him on the sideline. Hemby right in the middle of the pack. Maybe got 2. He'll set his tailback behind him on 2nd down and 5 and give it off to him. And the ball came out. The tackle made at the 47-yard line. Kalon Black in the backfield with Mendoza. He'll get the carry. Spins his way for a couple. Well, Oregon came up with a pick 6 when they desperately needed a turnover. Can they come up with another one? Hemby, he's got a 1st down.
Straight where the kicker told you to go, right up the middle.
That's what they do. And Hemby gets it to the 5-yard line.
Hemby. And they come into the flats to Hemby. But the Spartans are right there. And that Indiana
offensive line and scoring. Their offense averaging 44.5 points a game. The pitch here on 2nd down and 3. Short of the first down goes Black.
Going to bring in a transfer quarterback who had more experience anyway, so why not his brother?
On the ground, right up the middle. Mendoza is 17 of 20. Gets the first down here.
Indiana's on the ball.
Fernando on the mark again. Not much at all here for Jonathan Brady. School that gave Fernando Mendoza a look.
You know, when it was Bill Musgrave.
Morella's hoping to get some time here before this one is over. 2nd down and 7. Kobe Martin in the clear.
Opportunity, he does something with it. Scored a couple touchdowns early on in the year. Guards get out in front, tackle get out in front.
And 1st and 10. Deep inside Michigan State territory. And here goes Black. Just into red zone inside the 20 for a gain of 2.
That's what he told us about yesterday in the pocket, but man, can he spin it. On 2nd down and 9. Near side, incomplete. Jimbo Fisher, maybe some love on that. Maybe Gene Chisholm. Remember, he won one? On 1st down and 10, Black run. 1st down and 10 at the 14 for IU. Hemby again. Stutter step. Gets through the hole. Another big chunk. 2nd and 2 at the 6. Now Kalon Black in the game. Mendoza wants to run it. Gets outside. And it looks like they'll have enough for the first down. That you do not want to see in the tent for this Indiana team. So a 1st down for IU. And they'll run it with Hemby. You see, to me, Gus, makes them a national title contender. 1st down and 10 at the 12-yard line. Here's a handoff to Black. Maybe Alabama is as well. Oregon might be a little deeper. And so as the season goes along in November, today.
He's the leading rusher for Indiana. And here he comes, and they put a lick on him after a 2-yard gain that time.
In there, Mahalski, number 75, Zen Mahalski.
They fake it to Kalon Black, throw out on the flat, and not going to get the first down. Omar Cooper.
Black quickly through a hole and near the end zone. 1st down and 10. Hemby the back. He goes off the left side, does so in a hurry, and gets out to the 49-yard line.
I think he's going to get man-to-man coverage against Charlie Becker at the bottom of the screen.
Black, left side, he's got some room. Kalon Black almost busted that one out. 2nd and 5. Mendoza keeps, and Mendoza scores.
Shows up right there, Sarratt. Watch the initial block, and then he's just going to follow his tight end. And this is a nice job of Mike Shannon, the offensive coordinator, saying, let's just get back to what we do well.
Rushing yards in the first half than they had combined in either one of the previous 2 games. 2 plays, 2 runs, both times Purdue's ready. Black accelerates. Boy, does he hit that hole hard. Indiana now with over 200 yards rushing more than Purdue has. Why not go back to it? A leap.
Quarter. And they get it off. Black again. And maybe a yard. Near the sideline. And they'll hand it off. Hemby. Black from 5 yards deep in his own end zone. And he's lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. Ohio State with 3 timeouts. Black slashing. Here in the 4th quarter against Ohio State. 1st down and 10 at the 43. They'll stay on the ground as Black slips.
This is strictly football. This has 0 to do with how tall you are, how much you weigh. This has nothing to do with the combine. This has everything to do with just the tape. How fast. This is literally just the tape.